I'm Sarah. Hope you're all well. Tonight's Cookalong. I'll just give a few more moments to see if I can just jump on. And as soon as I see little stars or little waves or something, I know that there's people out there. Good afternoon. I'd like to say thank you for to watch tonight's show, the vegan tom yum. I'll give you a bit of a history of it. Now, tom yum normally is made with lots of, I can't pronounce it, lemongrass, Kaffir lime leaves, the Galangal piece of, this one here you buy at the Asian shops, right? I know what it's called, but I can't pronounce it. Also, this recipe here is actually made with no shrimp paste or shrimp stock. So I've taken that out. So to make it vegan, I'm going to be using tofu. Now with the tofu, I've actually pressed it in advance because I did it the other day without pressing it and it kind of collapsed. It still tasted fantastic, just the pieces went as whole. So if you press your tofu, I should have mentioned that, but no, I forgot. Also like to let you know that Vanessa's going to answer your questions tonight. So please ask questions. Also, what I'd love to know is about what you guys like to see us cook. You know, I'm thinking of, do you want to see another risotto recipe, maybe vegan style, or is there something that you like to see that to be converted to cook expert? Just drop a note, let Vanessa know or myself know, because I'd love to help you. Let me know where you're coming from, if you're from Sydney, from Adelaide, from Perth, Queensland, Little Tasmania, Melbourne. A big hello to you all. So I'm going to start this now. So as I said, this is like a vegan version. You can chop and change some of the vegetables, but it is tomato based, coconut based, and the beauty of this is it's quick and simple. Probably the longest part is probably prepping and going to shops and buying all these wonderful things. Now I have 2 garlic already sliced, and I've got a combination of the spring onions and the red onion. I didn't have quite enough, so a combination of that. I'm going to be using the stir fry function, so I will turn this on to stir fry. So I'm going to move go to cooking, press OK, and then move across the middle. So I've got the buns here, cross and do stir fry and press OK. And the first bit we're going to do, we're going to add oil. So I'm going to drop it just there. Now because it's induction heating, you don't need to heat it up, the oil. So I'm going to put straight in the garlic. So I've got 2 cloves sliced up. You can use a Cook Expert and chop it up fine if you want to, and if that's going to be the case, I'll do my garlic and my onions on Expert. I'll start at speed 3 and work my way up to speed 13. And I'm adding the spring onions. I just kind of want to keep a bit more authentic in some ways, as close as possible. Now with this, I'm going to take the cap off, so I want the steam to escape. I don't want it to stay in there. I'm going to select the time, about 1.5 minutes. And we'll just go. I think that's it there. I'm going to leave it on auto, and I'm going to bring the speed over and reduce the time down to 1:30. I should have counted this backwards, but anyway, getting there, almost there, and there we go. Sorry, a bit of a fright just then. Okay, so while this is sauteing, right, you will then need to have, I've got some ginger nicely sliced up, nice and thin. Now when we add the ginger and the Galangal, I can't pronounce it, they're big pieces. You're going to be removing them from the soup. I've got some lemongrass and some Kaffir lime leaves. Now, these are from my garden, my Kaffir lime tree. So yes, they're quite huge, as you can see. So I'm going to put them in whole. Now with the lemongrass, I actually bash it a bit and then I'm going to leave it whole, just cut it in half. And I'm going to add that in. And you can pop, right now, it's starting to sort of cook. And stirring, so it's on auto mode. It doesn't take very long to get this going. So I've got my ginger bash. This is nice and very, very fragrant. Now, it's a really lovely recipe. So I'll do that. And I've also got some black pepper. Again, it's optional. If you want how spicy you like it, you control it. That's something that's up to you, your taste. If you've got young children. So that's a minute and a half is gone. And I'll just show you what, with my spatula, push everything down. It's still, you don't want it cooked real mushy. That's what it looks like there. It's nice and quick. I like to give it a bit of a stir. Right, now I'm going to add the herbs in here. Now, I know when I tested the recipe, I kind of left the red Thai paste out. I sort of added towards the end. But I did a test with it when I added this in. It made a bit of a difference. So I know recipe states to add in afterwards, but it doesn't really matter. So I've got 60 grams of the red Thai curry paste. Now you can probably cheat buying the tom yum paste ready made, but to be vegan, you need to look at the ingredients to see there's no shrimp or fish added to it. So this one here is now going to be 2 minutes on auto, again on stir fry at 130 with no cap on. So I just need to adjust time. A bit too fast. No. I like talking to myself. I can't really. Yeah, almost there. What do I just do? I'm trying to. Two minutes. There's water. So this is going to season everything and release all the flavours of it. So from there, we're going to be adding our baby corn. You can use tin baby corn or fresh one. I always find tin easier to use because I can always get my hands on it. I've got some mushrooms. Now with the mushrooms, you can use whatever mushrooms you like. You can use the Enoki mushrooms, you can use the button ones, or there's oyster mushrooms. I've got some cherry tomatoes as well. I've cut some in half and I've left some in whole. And I'm going to add some capsicum. I know it's not traditional, but just add vegetables you like. If you don't like capsicum, you can add snow peas. If you don't like mushroom, you may add green beans. You know, beans are in season at the moment. So once that goes in, let me remember my. Yeah. So once this is cooked, because the auto function is doing the stirring for you, and you can actually do something else while that's happening. It won't be too long. Now I've got some Chorizo sauce. This is a really hot chili sauce. That again is optional for you. And you can see, oh, the smell is incredible. I'll just show you very quickly. We're almost there. So I got this inspiration from, I was looking for some ideas, and I was kind of looking at through the spiral vegetable book. And then I came across what made me, hold on, I'll go back to. Okay, I just want to show what this looks like. And here is sizzle. looking a bit too big. I might just take it out, it's perhaps a bit smaller. There is some in here. That's what it looks like. Can you see all that? That's beautiful. Again, I like to give it a bit of stir. Mix that through. Now this is where I add the rest of the vegetables. It's going to be a pretty full pot here. And with the corn, the capsicum. Oh yeah, I need to add, I'm going to add the chilies, the soy sauce, the brown sugar. This is like a sweet and sour type of taste, and the cherry tomatoes. I haven't forgotten the tofu yet. Make a bit of room. It's pretty full. And I'm going to add some, I've got hot kettle water here, about 900 mils. Oops. Supposed to be in the pot, not on the sink, on the bench. Now I'm going to, what do I? Okay, this next bit is going to be 5 minutes, still the cap off and on auto as well. So I'm going to add 5 minutes to this. Not 6, minus. I'm trying to look on a reflection. I think that's it, right? And then I've got some Enoki mushrooms, which I'm going to add towards the end. You can add some now, but I like it towards the end of it. So what I might do is, and I did say, now this is where I need to put the cap on. Now I've added my tofu pieces on top. Cap on. I'll just clean up this water mess I've made here. Just move this out of the way. Now you can actually use you can spiralize some carrots or zucchini if you want to keep it like keto type of, you know, no carbs type of thing, or you can use rice noodles. But as I was saying before, isn't it beautiful? Is my inspiration for this came from looking at the recipes in here, because I was trying to work out what to make, and there was a recipe in here, a Thai recipe, which inspired the idea of doing the tom yum, and there was a Thai coconut noodles. That was my inspiration. So I thought, oh, if I can just, if this is in here, I'm able to sort of get an idea and try and make this, and that's how I got the idea of doing the Thai tom yum. But this book is great for inspiration. It's a great vegetarian with a bit of protein through it. But I get inspired by using our cookbooks, and yeah, so that's $50 if you want to buy it on the website. Now it doesn't take too long. Oh yeah, how to keep costs down with everything going up these days is by eating more vegetables in your diet. Eat what's in season. So at the moment we've got zucchinis, we've got pumpkin beans, we've got silver beet, rhubarb, corn. My grandson the other day said, Nonna, all I see everyone's growing the garden is beans and beans, and I'm eating more beans with pumpkins. So I laughed. I think, well, it's good, you're eating what's in season. And that's one way of, if you have an abundance of these vegetables you grow in the garden, just, you know, use your dicer unit to dice and put them in the freezer, which I've heaps of zucchinis for last week or winter for sure. And my beans too. So, and tomatoes are in season, lots of tomatoes, so a great time to do your passadas as well. Yeah, shouldn't take too, let's do another, what, 2 more minutes. Oh yeah, so with, I love these mushrooms. I also love these in risotto too, little straw type. I just sort of pull it apart. I don't know if it's the right way or not, but that's how I do it. And oh yeah, and for people who don't like tofu, you could replace it with some other vegetables that you may like. I haven't tried with eggplant, but it did cross my mind. I wanted to try with eggplant, so that's something which I would want to give it a go. Very soon. And just, you know, everything in here is just like tender and that nice crunch. It's, you know, it'll be nice and hot. I know we're still warm, we're still winter, but on those days where you want a quick spicy meal, meat-free Mondays, this is a great recipe. So next I'll be adding some coconut milk. Now when I do my lime juice, I tend to do it towards the end. So most people add coconut milk while this is cooking. I found that it's a lot quicker if you add your coconut milk after it comes up to a boil. I don't know why somehow coconut milk doesn't always, takes longer to cook. I kind of worked out if you just do a little bit added towards the end, it works a lot better. So I'm going to be using approximately about 50 to 100 mils. Depends how milky you like it or creamy you like it. So I'm using the milk. Some you don't need to add the milk to it. You just continue for another 2 more minutes. But I like it with milk. Oh, look at that. I'm going to show you. Yeah. It's everything's on top. The tofu has absorbed all the flavors of the spices which has been added in here. The cherry tomatoes are still whole. I don't know if you can see that. Just want to, which I've added. There's still nice pieces in there. So now I'm going to add the coconut milk. About 100 mils. What I'll do is I'm just going to stir this bit through. I know in the recipe I actually stated to use the blades, but I'm actually going to not use the blades and bring this up to 160 degrees. I may need a little bit more milk. I shouldn't be tapping on top of the... So I'm now going to make this 2 minutes. Add the time to 2 minutes. Is that 12 seconds? Or, sorry, I put 15, no wonder. I'm still doing it wrong. It must be Thursday, that's all I can think of. The blade, I'm going to bring it down to 0. Sorry about that. And I'm going to bump up the temperature to 160. So bring it up to 160. Is it 160 yet? That shouldn't be. Now you can add the lime juice now or in the bowls individually. So I'm going to get my bowl ready. add the lime. Some like it extra tangy. So once this comes up to a boil, it should take about 2 minutes. And all your vegetables will be just tender, like that little crunch, yeah, which I quite like. Not too long. It's a bit quiet when you're waiting for it. But anyway, as I was saying, if you're interested in the spiralizer, I was planning to show you how to spiralize, but then I kind of ran out of time and I've got something else in the other machine which I left in another room, and it shouldn't be too long. So I've got some noodles here, some rice noodles which I prepared earlier, which you can add down to the bottom. So with the rice noodles, I just got, this is only a single serve. It's going to be just me tonight eating this. So I just, put the packet in, hot boiling water, let it stick for about 2 minutes, run it under cold water, and stop it from overcooking it. And then I'll just pop that in the bowl. So when this, I won't add too much. I think it may need another minute. I'll just double check. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, it just needs 1 more minute. I know I just say 2 minutes, but I'm going to add 1 more minute because it didn't boil. Sorry. Sometimes these things do happen. Last time I made it, because I didn't press the tofu, all my tofu just crumbled. It still tasted good though. A bit too long. So I've got the rice noodles in here. I'm going to add some of the Enoki mushrooms in. Usually the heat of that will finish cooking it. I'm going to remove the Kaffir lime leaves because we don't want to eat those, and some pieces of ginger and the Galangal as well. Or you can leave it in the bowl. And yes, it needed 1 more minute. So look, if it doesn't need another minute, don't hesitate to put it on again. I try and write and test this as much as possible. And almost there. It does smell fantastic though. So I just wanted to note too, if you are thinking of purchasing Cook Expert and you're not sure about it, you can book a demonstration, a one-to-one, and I'm happy to go through with some of the functions and features of it. Oh, look at that. And I just want to show you. This is what it looks like. Yeah. Now I'm going to remove some tongs. I had it here. Remove some of this and get my scoop out. This is nice and healthy. Then I'm going to squeeze a bit of lime over it and add some fresh coriander on top. Oops, a bit too much there. I know Ness will like this. I love coriander too. And a few more on top. And there you have your tom yum soup. It's homemade, it's nutritious and delicious. I hope you enjoyed tonight's recipe, and thank you for watching, everyone. See you next time. Bye.